Okay, so last month, out of nowhere, Fuds uploaded a new Worst Piggy Player episode. So in this video, I'm gonna go over it. So this episode is about Bunny going through the decay chapter. But something very interesting with this episode is that at the very start of it, we see a flashback to right before chapter 7. In this flashback, Detective Fudsim explains the details of his fight against the grandma in a Wendy's drive-thru and how he first used his powers. And while he explains that, Fudsim and Bunny convey in banter. And after Bunny starts feeling the side effects of the potion start kicking in, the scene cuts to right after chapter 7, where Bunny changes her mind and decides to get on the train. But she then finds out that she is hallucinating, which leads her to fall onto the train tracks. By the way, this hallucination is being caused by Tio, and I believe this is the first time we see him in this series. Anyway, Tio makes Bunny follow after the hallucination of her sister Bonnet, which makes Bunny go through the decay chapter, until Tio decides to offer a deal to Bunny, but Bunny refuses to accept Tio's offer. So Tio leaves her with a horde of infected surrounding her. So while she fights off the infected, she continues going through the decay chapter until she's brutally attacked by that giant monster that chases you in the decay chapter, which sends her flying at the end of the hallway. And after a speech from a hallucination of Fudsim, Bunny unlocks a dormant ability, very much like Fudsim's powers, called Feral Mode. Now, this raises questions between this and Fudsim's powers. Like, how does a human have powers so similar to the natural abilities of an animal? Anyway, Bunny uses Feral Mode to take care of the giant monster right before passing out. And after that, Tio decides to take his attention away from Bunny to Skelly, who he recruits to be part of the Insolence. Anyway, as for my thoughts on the episode, I think it serves its purpose as a CFC episode. In my opinion, the story of the episode on its own is good, but I don't think it's as good as the best episodes of this series. But I do think it is better than the majority of the episodes that focus more on the comedic side. So while I don't think it's exactly exceptional, I think it's a solid above average episode around par with chapter 10. If I were to rate it out of 10, I'd say around 7 out of 10. Despite that though, the episode in general definitely does feel like part of the series going in the right direction. Generally, at the moment, that's my thoughts on the chapter on its own. But I've got to address the elephant in the room. I've got to be totally honest, in this episode, Fudsim's face looks like a Lego Star Wars Clone Wars face. And I know it's better than it could have been, but I personally think it would be for the best that Fudsim uses the original look of his face. Anyway, as for the general series overall going forward, I'm personally very optimistic for the series going forward, and it really does feel like it's going in the right direction, which is great. Anyway, what do you guys think of this episode of The Worst Piggy Player? Make sure to like and subscribe, and bye.